Hello everybody, I'm in the pink today. I just really wanted to apologise about this lighting last time. It was pretty awful, wasn't it? I don't know whether it was a result of that energy or whether it was the lighting here, but it wasn't very good. I'm still working on it, as you can see, but it is good for my wrinkles. I look as though I've had an airbrushing. And the second thing I want to say is that when I talked about that experience I'd had last time of the powerful Shiva, well, it was global apparently. Just after I'd done my video and spoken to you, I checked on the internet, and it was quite bizarre because at exactly the hour that I'd experienced, I think it was 10 a.m. On the 22nd, was it? No, the 20th. Anyway, 10 a.m. That morning that I talked to you and I said I'd had this weird experience, that was the time that there was a huge input apparently of energy to clear out a lot of old 3D and 4D energies, so everybody would have felt it at some level. It must just have been that I had more than most. Oh, as much as. So it was one of those things that happened everywhere, so we would have all have felt it in some way. So now, today, I'm going to talk about my very strange experience with Wicca. I'm not into Wiccan at all. I don't know anything about it. I know there are white witches and black witches, and but it's not my thing. So I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's a very earthing energy. That's what I felt, and it was a very strange weekend as well. So I'm going to talk about that and see what I can come up with afterwards. As you know, I've had so many strange weekends. I don't know what my path has been, but it seems to me to try out everything, different religions and different this. The only thing I haven't done is lesbianism and drugs. Most else, I think I've experienced now. You know what I mean. Basically, I feel as though I've had to try everything out, just to see what it's like to pass it back to those that need to know. And I don't think a lot of them do. I think they've been up there such a long time, and I think the awakening feminine has been a bit of a shock to them. But I know Wiccan is very ancient. So I'd met this. I forget where I met this couple. I think I used to do the psychic fairs. That's right, with the astrology, and I used to do practice herbalism. I've got a herbalism degree. Whatever you call it. I'm a bit stuttery this morning. We've still got Mercury retrograde, which means that the communication is going backwards. I think it goes direct again in 2 days' time, so I'm a bit weird today. Anyway, so these people I think I'd met at a psychic fair, and they came to my home to buy some herbs because I was into it all then. And they invited me up to their place. Now, I can't remember where it was. I know it was somewhere north because I had to take a long drive to get to it, and they said, come up for the weekend. It was just as basic as that. Come up for the weekend, da 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 da. And so I went off quite joyfully where angels fear to tread, as I often do. And they were very sweet, and we had some supper. And then I just sensed there was going to be an event. I thought, hello, here we go. Another experience. Put your hat on, you know. And after they cleared the supper things away, they said, we're going to lay the table for our experience because it's a Wiccan celebration. I still don't know what Wicca was. It's earth energies, isn't it? I think somebody will enlighten me, no doubt. Anyway, they laid this table, and I began to get more apprehensive by the minute because they put a bowl of salt in one corner, wine, and there was something obscure. I think it was part of an animal, a hoof or something. And it was all laid out on a knife, an Athena, is it called? And a knife. It was all nice. I didn't feel frightened. It wasn't that sort of feeling. It was just I thought, this is something I haven't done before. I hope I can keep it together. Anyway, she said, well, now you've got to take your clothes off. Really? I said, oh dear, I don't fancy doing that, not in front of strangers. They said, well, we've got to, we can find you something. I never said, no, I'm fine as I am. I would not disrobe. I wasn't a member. I didn't think I had to do that. I think afterwards I did buy myself something in case it ever went again, but I didn't. And it was just a very strange event. Anyway, I forget what they did. There was some sort of invocations and stuff, prayers and things. Very nice, actually. I don't think I'd felt that energy before. It definitely is Earth energy, and of course these days we're all into spirit and da 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 da. I think we do tend to forget, you know, that we are here on this earth and it has got a beautiful energy. And I can remember from some years ago laying on the ground and hearing the heartbeat, very, very slow heartbeat of the earth, and that's very lucky. So it's a living being. So these people just tune into that particular energy. It's not paganism exactly, but it's not a disbelief. It's just a different kind of energy, as I understand it. No, I can't say I'm an expert, but this experience was really quite lovely. And I forget what we did, and I just wanted to sit for a bit afterwards and just feel my way through it, you know, sort of absorb it. Anyway, the next morning they said, "My goodness, what did you do last night?" I said, "I don't know." He said, it opened the whole place up apparently. It was in the middle of nowhere, and they said there were angelic beings looking through the windows, elementals, earthly beings, all sorts of different colours and lights and flashes. He said it was it was like a psychic storm, and this is 40 years ago. Goodness knows what it would be like now. So yeah, it was not. I don't know what. They said it was very powerful, and even now, if I get really, really lost, you know, and just want a bit of grounding, I tune into that energy and I can still feel it. Very, very gentle and calming and beautiful. But we didn't have our clothes off and we didn't have sex. Which I think some of them do round the, you know, when they're having it. I don't know. There's so much to know about it, but I'm just telling you my basic, simple experience of my introduction to the world of Wiccan. And whilst I'm on this, I've got another little story which is a little bit weird. Well, all my stories are weird. And this is an Egyptian event. And I'd gone to again. I met these people at a Buddhist retreat, and I can't remember their names, but I know the chap obviously took a liking to me, and he was an osteopath, and he invited me up to his his lady friend invited me up to their home. I think it was in Wigan somewhere. I only had a tiny little car, and I had to drive all the way up to this place in the pouring rain. And I don't think we had any tea. The woman took me out for a very weird walk through the woods, and I did feel a little bit nervous about that. And I just felt a bit weird. So we got back, and it was all strange, not the strange sort of energy of Wiccan, but this was a little bit offbeat strange, and I got a bit nervous, to be honest. And then about 8 o'clock, the chap put down 3 mats, like prayer mats, yoga mats, on the floor. And I thought, this is where we're going to sleep, 3 of us together on the floor. And I just, gosh, you know, I hope it's okay. I mean, I'm not that prudish, but he lay down first, and I could sense that he was getting ready for something. I don't know. I'm telling you this story just to fill in a gap. Really, I've done 8 minutes now. Anyway, I'll be brief because it was brief. And then the lady came in. I think she was still clothed, and she said, "Do you want to go to Egypt?" At that point, I thought, oh no, it's some sort of ritual that they're going to have, some sort of thing. At that point, I got up and I fled. I collected my clothes from wherever they were, because I was ready for bed. And I left to ring my husband, who was in many miles away in the middle of the night, to ask him what to do. Poor chap. I don't know what I said exactly, but they heard me on the phone and threw down the stairs all my clothes, all my possessions, and left me. And I had to get home in the morning. Nobody spoke to me, of course, because I was a little bit ostracised. I didn't join in with the fun. So anyway, that's a very brief story. I think you probably had enough by now. Yes, so Wiccan and Egypt, both in the same video, but not the same night, fortunately. So anyway, I hope you've got the message about the global releasing of 3 and 4D energies, which I think is quite a good idea, really, you know. And I'll speak to you soon. I expect it's Mother's Day soon. I might do one for that. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Bye-bye.